you claim that you are a self-sovereign. You say that to yourself that I am a self-sovereign, which means that you are a king. Just as Brahma Baba checked every day and became the master of his mind. And thereby claimed the right to the world by becoming the master of his mind. Similarly, the mind and intellect are actually your ministers. They are the ministers of the king. Here Baba means to say soul, you are a soul and you are the king, and mind and intellect are your ministers. Waste thoughts come in the mind. And therefore the mind makes the soul come under the influence of waste thoughts. If the soul is not able to give proper orders to the mind, then the mind becomes naughty and makes the master, the soul, become subservient to it.
Om Shanti. I think luckiest thing in the life is to have lovely and friendly relationships with everyone. Relationships are very, very important. It creates a very beautiful feelings and also constant support, sharing. Now, the quality of relationship with others really depends on the quality of relationship with your own self. Many ask me that how do you sustain everyone, or how do we sustain? And I said, the way you sustain yourself, you will sustain others. Now this is based on knowledge. I sustain myself by reading Murli. I sustain myself churning, and also during day using point from Baba's Murli or blessing from time to time during traffic control or paying attention. And attention is to become aware of what did Baba say this morning. Many times Baba says, A good student will remember the teachings and the teacher, and that's something I like it, and I am able to sustain myself. So when I sustain, then the churning and implementation of those points of knowledge brings powers and the quality of my interaction with others. So the way I sustain myself, I sustain others also. So the value and the love for the self is very important. I know that I'm very fortunate that I always loved the self. And now, after knowing the true self, it is very, very easy to understand not only love for the self, but the dignity, self respect is very, very natural and important. And also very careful in what I am feeding myself spiritually or even otherwise. There are so many situations which could be adverse or negative, but I don't take them in. I don't create that recording of those within me. Generally, everything in life, whatever happens, gets recorded, and then we keep recalling them. The memories keep coming back. But I delete immediately. I say no. Whether if I have seen something, I had to see, listen something, or I just at that time keep aim that I don't retain them, I don't remember them. So I kind of delete. So I don't know if it's 100% deleted, but I am kind of less aware, less remembered, especially the details of everything. So because what I take in is always something which is pleasant, which is good, which brings happiness. Because gift which I have, and we all have in our life, but also there is a choice. If I remain happy and light, and or I take sorrow, I don't like sorrow. And one day I realized that I don't want to take sorrow. I don't want to be in sorrow. Don't want to be sad. I want to be cheerful, happy, light. So even when Baba looks at me, he's very pleased. So what I give to myself in love is everything which I think later on brings happiness to me. I remember one time there was discussion on, and the question was that what difficulties did you experience on this spiritual journey? So I took few moments, went in, and I couldn't recall any difficulty. I said, oh, I think I had a lot of good experiences. Because of this attention I had, that when there is difficult time, I will not think of that, and also what I learned, what I got, what benefit there was, what gift came to me. I take all that from every situation. So, what I give to myself, if I love myself, then I don't take anything which is not present or which doesn't give happiness, or but also loving the self, relationship with the self is a kind of self-trust which is very important. Many people have difficulty trusting themselves because this deep trust is really from your honest heart. When you have honest heart, and then there is trust, then heart also speaks in a way which we hear. So I always listen not to my mind but to my heart. As much I trust, definitely there is a very deep feelings of contentment from that trust. Sometimes whatever, it could be conflict of values or any confusion in doing what, taking care of choices. So that also not good for the self. Self-trust will help. So I enjoy very much my relationship with true self now. Keep reminding myself that how fortunate I am. And I have been given the blessing of third eye. So in a very sensible way, I enjoy this relationship with myself and keep giving to the self all the blessings and beautiful gifts of pure feelings and good wishes. Om Shanti.